Welcome to Campus Chat, a look at the people, the opportunities, programs, and happenings at Western Nevada College. Campus Chat is made possible by the Western Nevada College Foundation.
Hello and welcome to Campus Chat. My name is Helaine and this is the show about the people and programs of Western Nevada College. And I'm very excited about our program today. We'll be talking about the nursing program, we'll be talking to a couple of donors, and then our Western Nevada Musical Theater Company director. And so this is exciting. I'm talking to two of our certified nursing instructors in the Western Nevada College program. We have an outstanding allied health faculty and program offering here at WNC, and so it's great to have instructor Kay Sedlak on the far right of your screen, and in the middle is Professor Mike Malay, and they're both certified emergency nurses and really making an impact on the national scene with respect to emergency nursing. And this is a phenomenal book that Kay was the lead editor on, and Mike Malay was also involved with. And this is a fascinating book about the, well, I don't know what it's about, but it looks very fascinating. A lot of emergency nursing type of stuff. This is great. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's really nice having you here. So let's talk about our nursing program real quick before we get into some of this information. I think a lot of people know our program is very competitive. How many nurses did we accept this year?
We accepted 48 students into the first year program, and along with the almost 60 in the second year, we have about 100 nursing students in the program.
Oh, that's great. How many qualified? I mean, so we have 100 in the program, but how many students do you think are out there, or people who want to get into the nursing program?
Well, the numbers show that there's quite an interest in the program. Now, we have a point system that we use to accept students into the program, and so many of the students will be working on the prerequisites in applying to the program, and if they don't get into the program, they can apply the next year and so forth while they're getting their prerequisites accomplished. So
if you're a student that wants to get into nursing, what should you be working on? I mean, is it like a GPA? Should you have a high GPA, or are there other attributes that a student should have?
Because it is so competitive, yes, a high GPA certainly helps. You know, the better your grades are in your prerequisites, the higher you will score in the scoring system that we have here.
Kate, do you think the nursing student is different than the regular student?
They're much more competitive. They're very goal-oriented. They know where they want to go, and that it's an exciting profession, and that it's a lot of hard work to get there.
And I think you guys exemplify that about the hard work getting there. I work with the nursing students in various fundraisers, and they are hard workers. A lot of studying, but it pays off because I think they took the licensure exam last year, and didn't they have some outstanding rate of passing?
The nursing students, in order to become registered nurses, have to take a national exam called the NCLEX exam, and our first-time pass rate is 96%.
Wow,
so 96% of the students who have taken the NCLEX exam have passed on the first time, which is far above the national average.
Second highest in the state of Nevada.
That's amazing. That shows that they're well prepared.
Yes.
That you're teaching them the right things.
Yes.
What kind of labs do they have? Are they learning in the kind of labs that they need? You know that.
Well, Kay's our lab person here. Maybe she should answer that.
Well, they have labs throughout their 2-year curriculum. In all of their courses, there's lab components where we have a very high-tech simulation lab, and they can actually interact with the simulation mannequins as if it's a real patient. The mannequins have heart sounds, lung sounds. We can talk through the mannequins as if they're real patients, so students get very real-life interactions.
And those were donated by Locke and Betty Ray Lesh, weren't they?
Yes. Yes.
So are those really suitable? I mean, they really learn on those?
They do, and it's a very safe place to make a mistake. So it's an excellent learning environment, and they get immediate feedback from faculty as they're doing that. Students overall, at first they're a little intimidated by going into the lab, but many of them say that they wish they could have even more simulation experience.
I bet. Well, tell me a little bit about yourself, Mike, and what brought you to WNC and your background in nursing.
Well, my background is as an emergency nurse. I was a clinical nurse for 18 years, and then I became a clinical nurse specialist. And as a clinical nurse specialist, I was involved with education of emergency nurses in the hospital setting. I came here about 6 years ago, and I've worked my way through the tenure process, and I'm now a community college professor.
That's great. What about you, Kay?
I also was a clinical nurse specialist in the emergency department for many, many years, and did outside consulting. And as a piece of that, I actually was asked to fill in on a letter of appointment, and I enjoyed that. And then I became aware of the laboratory position and applied, and have held that for 4 years.
That's great. So both certified emergency nurses work in the field. I mean, what a great opportunity for our students to have such experienced professionals. And you recently earned a national honor. I mean, one of 8 people in the nation to receive or to be named to the Academy of Emergency Nursing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What does that mean? What did that mean to you? And
to be a fellow in the Academy of Emergency Nursing, you have to demonstrate that you have contributed a substantial and enduring contribution to the science of emergency nursing. Mine was recognized in the fields of education and leadership.
That's great. And then you both got involved with this book.
Yes.
And how is this book used?
The book is actually for the CEN, Certified Emergency Nurse Exam, which, again, we're both certified emergency nurses. It's a study guide for nurses who want to take the exam. It has 5 exams that simulate the actual exam within the manual, and then 2 online exams that simulate actually taking the exam.
Wow, that's great. How did you become involved in that? I mean, how did you get to be the lead editor? To me, that's pretty special.
You say yes. Actually, I had over 10 years experience with the Board of Certification for Emergency Nursing, and served as president for 2 years, and so had very intimate knowledge of the exam, which is why I was the editor for it. And then we selected authors that were certified emergency nurses to help contribute exam questions.
I've heard that emergency specialist nurses positions, they're really the first hour of every specialty. Would you agree with that?
Oh, definitely. I think the thing about emergency medicine and emergency nursing is that you really have to be a generalist of sort. You really have to kind of know a little bit something about everything, because you never know what's going to walk through the door.
I know, I can't imagine. You must be able to respond so quickly and think on your feet and not get flustered, and makes you a good teacher too, doesn't it?
It does make you a good teacher.
Anything else you'd like to share with? I mean, I know we have a program in Fallon. We don't have too much time to go into that, but if someone was interested in nursing, could they contact you, or?
Certainly, yeah.
Anything you'd like to say about the program I didn't cover?
I just think we're the highest tech program in Northern Nevada because of the equipment that we have and the resources that we have. So it's very exciting for the students.
Yeah, in fact, we're going to be talking to 2 women who support scholarships for nursing students. So everybody, I think, really sees the value of that, and it's just so exciting to have faculty of your caliber on our campus. I think we're a jewel of the city, and I don't think a lot of people know sometimes just what great faculty we have. So I think it's great. And if you want to get a hold of them at Western Nevada College, you can call the general nursing line, which is 445-3294, and also on our website. So thank you, Mike, and thank you, Kay.
Thank
really
you,
nice
Helaine.
to have you on the show. And they're also part of the employee giving program, which I run, so they're also favorites of mine for that reason. Okay, thank you. We'll be right back. and welcome back to Campus Chat. My name is Helaine Jesse, and our next guests on this edition are Marilyn Lowman, sitting right next to me, and she's the treasurer for the Colonial Dames 17th Century Group. And also next to her is Marilyn Gray, who is also a member. So welcome. Nice having you here.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Several weeks ago, or actually I guess in October, we celebrated our 10th annual Scholarship Appreciation and Recognition reception. And because of the generosity of our many donors, we were able to award 150 students with scholarships totaling $121,000. And so this event gives people an opportunity for the donor to meet the students and for us to show our appreciation. And so the Colonial Dames have been involved with the scholarship program for 2 years, and so it's just really nice to have you on the program and to see you here. So tell me a little bit about the organization. What exactly is it? What's your philosophy? That kind of thing.
Well, the National Society of Colonial Dames was established in 1915 by women who were interested in preserving colonial American history. Most of us have remembered from American history the Mayflower and Jamestown, and Miles Standish was one of Marilyn's ancestors.
Wow. That's pretty neat, huh?
But beyond that, there were hundreds, even thousands of people who came to America between 1600 and 1700, and they established very organized communities. They established Yale, Princeton, and Harvard before 1700, and most people don't realize that. They were totally organized communities.
Oh, that's amazing.
But
so that's why it's 17th century, recognizing that early, like pre-revolutionary colonial history almost, right?
Exactly. Right. By 1776, there were 2 million people in this country.
No way.
And no kidding. And all we think about is Mayflower.
Yeah, we do. We don't think about that. That's a lot of people.
Yes. And it was phenomenal that they managed to establish this country, but we don't recognize that they would have never pulled it off without the assistance of the Native Americans and their black slaves. The slaves were immune to cholera and typhoid and the other kind of illnesses they ran into in the South. And the Native Americans, they would have never survived without the Native Americans welcoming them, helping them. And then they turned around and waged wars against them. Mm-hmm. So part of our group is a feeling of ancestral guilt. Mm-hmm. We are all descendants. Each of our members had to prove their descent from people from that century who settled America. But so part of our work is providing scholarships on a national level for Native American students.
Oh, great.
But we also have helped establish and recognize and continue research in that colonial history.
I love it. Fundraising by guilt. You know, it works for me. I've used it before. So, Marilyn, how do you have to be a member because you can have a direct ancestral tie. Is that it?
Correct. Yes.
And then a desire to. I mean, do you guys do all other community service type work?
Oh. Right now, we're knitting and crocheting helmet liners for the troops.
Oh.
For winter, and they have to be wool, 100% wool.
Uh-huh.
And we get up a bunch of them, and then we send them over. We sent quite a few of them last year to Carolyn's son's unit. He's a chaplain.
Oh, really?
And,
in Iraq or Afghanistan?
Iraq.
In Iraq?
Yeah. So we just did them, and anybody that likes to knit and crochet and do that, it's a good winter project, and we get a bunch of them and send them, and it makes you feel good, like you're part of the,
and that they're not forgotten.
Yes.
And so, how did the organization become involved with Western Nevada College and the scholarship program?
Well, our national organization offers scholarships, and we had contributed to those our local members for decades. But we had no input into selecting the recipients, and they were always out-of-state students. Well, Marilyn and I have both worked in rural communities in medical areas, and we recognize the plight of Native Americans here in Nevada, and our money never went to helping Northern Nevada Native Americans. So, with our chapter president, Candy Young, did a tremendous job of researching how to give a scholarship, and it turned out to be a pretty technical process. But none of the other colleges or universities would let us have any input into selecting the students, or even having a named scholarship as we did here. Our money just went into the general scholarship fund. So we were really tickled that Western Nevada College allowed us to assist in the selection of the scholarship recipient, and that our gift was recognized as being given by the Colonial Dames.
Yes, and that's so nice of you to bring that up, because we do that. And I want to just let the viewing audience know is that what we do is we categorize all our scholarships, like you have certain criteria. And then I think we find the students that match that criteria. They don't know their names, they're numbered, but then you select them based on that, correct? Yeah. So it's very objective, and I think it's a good process. So did you so you came to the reception.
Yes.
And did you enjoy that, and did you enjoy meeting?
Much. Yes. She was a lovely young lady.
And it makes such a difference, too. Whether it's a $500 scholarship, a $1,000 scholarship, a $250 scholarship, it makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It makes the students have the feeling that they were appreciated. But we were absolutely thrilled with our recipient. She was far beyond our expectations. She was a delightful and dedicated young woman who will be an asset to the workforce wherever she goes.
Yeah, she will, won't she? Yeah. So it's so nice to have you here. If someone watching the show would like to become a member of the Colonial Dames 17th Century, how would they get a hold of either one of you? Is there a phone number that they could call, or?
Yes.
Or would you like them to call us at the college office, and then we could refer them to you?
Oh, that would be great. Our number is 849-1238.
Okay.
But if you would like to just contact the college, they'll refer you.
Yeah, that's great. So thank you so much. That is interesting. I was asking Sandy earlier, I'm glad that Carolyn and Marilyn are coming on the show, because I always found the name very interesting, and so I'm sure there's a lot more we could talk about if we had time, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah. And congratulations on your project for the helmet winners.
Thank you.
I think that's very good. Anything else you'd like to say before we end?
Don't think so.
No? You? Okay. Well, thank you so much, Carolyn Lowman and Marilyn Gray from the Colonial Dames 17th Century. They're scholarship donors for Western Nevada College. And stay with us for one more segment of Campus Chat. Hello and welcome back to Campus Chat. My name is Helaine Jesse, and our final segment features Stephanie Arrigotti. She is the professor of music here at Western Nevada College, but perhaps more famously known for her role as the director, choreographer, orchestra conductor of the Western Nevada Musical Theater Company. Am I right?
Sort of. I'm not the choreographer, but thank you.
Oh, but you do some choreography.
Got a great choreographer,
yes.
Gina Cassie Davis.
You do, and she is also a wonderful singer. She and her daughter Maria sang at the memorial services for our first president, Jack C. Davis, and Stephanie, it was just beautiful.
Well, thank you.
I mean, really,
that was such a great introduction. We should close now.
Well, It was easy to do. I didn't even have to read the note. I just made that up off the top spontaneously. It came to my head because it's true. So you just closed the 2009 season with The King and I, and that was a wonderful show.
Yes, it turned out beautifully. I'm blessed with. We have incredible talent in this area. Truly, I think that the people that I had playing my leads in The King and I really should be on Broadway. And I say this as somebody who goes to Broadway all the time, and so it isn't that I'm not acquainted with the talent there. But Sarah Pennebaker and Leonie Berg were absolutely astonishing. Yes. They were astonishing. They brought the house down, and everybody commenting around, the people who spoke with me said they'd never seen The King and I done better. So I was very proud of them and very pleased with the way the show turned out.
We can sure tell because the donations come flowing in, don't they?
After
a show,
yes, you get those
do.
Yes.
I mean, I think when people are really happy with something, they're willing to
donate to help it keep going. And it's harder to keep it going in this recession. We feel it. Mm-hmm. We see there are fewer people than normally would come to an event like that, and you bank on a certain number of people coming because we need to meet the show expenses with the attendance. And so, yes, when they don't come and the donations come in, you say, "Phew,
helpful.
Thank you. We needed that."
Exactly.
Yes.
So before we talk about the upcoming 2010 season, and I know we were just talking about you already rehearsing for that, let's talk about the opportunities for students interested in performing arts and music at the college. What kind of classes or degree programs do you offer them here?
We have an Associate of Arts in Musical Theater, which came about because of the success of our theater company. And if somebody wants to get an Associate of Arts in Musical Theater, then they enroll in private voice lessons. They learn how to play the piano. They have a standard curriculum in acting and music and theater that helps them to become the triple threat they need to be a successful musical theater performer.
Which is singing, dancing,
acting, and dancing.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, and technical theater, actually. It's a quadruple threat if you want to get a degree in it, so that you can turn around and direct shows in the future. But it's also a good transfer program in that it's a good solid first 2 years if you want to transfer to get a degree in musical theater at another institution.
Oh, that's great. Do they take core classes too?
Yes,
English,
absolutely. They
math?
They get the full Associate of Arts curriculum. So that even if they just want to get their first 2 years and get a degree in musical theater and then major in something else, in English or history or whatnot, they have a good core behind them so that they can get a 4-year degree.
That's really interesting. That's good to know. I've been always fascinated by the connection between math and music.
Well, my family is obviously fascinated with that connection.
Well, but it's true. Why that connection? It's not just your family.
No, it isn't just my family. Actually,
5, 6, 7, 8.
the early Greek mathematicians were the first musicians. Pythagoras, who developed the Pythagorean theorem, also developed the musical scale. So it's a connection, and it's a rational connection because music is very rational. I don't know about contemporary music. That's probably quite rational too. But I mean, if you look at the structure of
the notes
classics,
and the beats,
the whole structure, the form, and even when I'm teaching theory and I start to get into teaching some of the rhythmic patterns and whatever, everybody's looking at me like, math? Oh, come on, get over it.
Right. It's interesting. I wouldn't have got that connection, but then I've, seen it over the years.
But since you brought it up, studies have shown that children who learn music from a very young age are better in math. Mm-hmm. That it develops the same part of the brain.
That spatial part of the brain.
That little wiring.
Yes.
That you develop when you study music also helps you to become a better mathematician.
Yeah, see, I knew it.
Yeah.
Proven here by Professor Arrigotti. So let's talk about the upcoming 2010 season. What shows are we going to be looking forward to?
Well, right now we are in rehearsal for our first show, which is opening on Valentine's Day. It's actually one weekend only, Valentine's weekend. And it is called Opening Night on Broadway. which will be like a taste of Broadway. It was kind of an exciting idea for us. We've never done anything like this before, taking some of the biggest hits on Broadway and giving you a taste of it. So you're going to get a little bit of Mary Poppins, of the Jersey Boys. Even though Hairspray has left Broadway, it's in there. Wicked, Les Mis, Phantom, Mamma Mia. That's the producers. And seeing some of your favorite people. The fun thing about these reviews is that we can pull our leads in from many shows and give them all time to do their thing. And so it's a wonderful experience.
Who are some of the leads?
Well, Sarah Pennebaker, who was just Anna in The King and I, will be Mary Poppins. And Jim DeZerga, who was the devil in Damn Yankees, is going to be Max Bialystock and the producers. We've got Leone coming back, singing with M.Z. Burroughs, who played Lun Ta in The King and I. And Dan Wager and Nick Favero, and the four of them are doing Jersey Boys.
Oh, that's great.
My daughter Maria and Sandra Schoen are the witches in Wicked. And Lynn Heller and Cindy Sabatini and Diane Hale are the three ladies in Mamma Mia. And so it makes for a great trio. And they have so much fun working together because they never all get to be in the show together at the same time.
That's great.
Rehearsals are way too much fun.
So it's February 12th and 14th, and they'll all be at the Community Center.
Yes.
And then you're doing the Sound of Music and White Christmas later on.
Yes, Sound of Music in May and White Christmas in November. And we're selling season tickets right now. So if anybody would like to see all three shows, and we highly recommend it, they get a good discount, and they also get first pick of seats, available seats when we open the house, because we have a new seating system now where people can pay more to have pre-reserved seats.
What a great Christmas present or birthday present or anniversary.
People do that. They call our office and buy them for Christmas presents. And
that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
So what's your phone number, how they can get tickets to any of these shows, season tickets, or learn more about musical theater degrees?
445-4249.
Oh, that's great. Stephanie, you've done a great job, as always, with the program. It's always a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you, and we'll see you at opening night on Broadway. Sounds like a great show. Thank you for watching Campus Chat.
This has been Campus Chat, a monthly program from Western Nevada College. Campus Chat is made possible by the Western Nevada College Foundation.